Hey friends, Joe here with Geeks Worldwide, and this is the Lenovo Yoga C940. This is a 14-inch 2-in-1 Ultrabook. Gets great battery life, has a limited number of ports, and the build is not my favorite. So we'll dive in. We'll start with price. This ranges from $1,300 to about $1,800. It just depends on the specs. So you can spec it anywhere from an i5 to an i7, 8 gigs to 16 gigs of RAM, a 256 SSD up to a terabyte, and within those configurations lies your range. But the cool thing is that Lenovo has a ton of sales often, so you can probably find this closer to 1,000 up to 1,500, so a much smaller range of pricing, and you can play the configurations to find the price you like. This is the i7 model with 16 gigs of RAM. It was a good performer. I feel like Windows 10 still can't run 8 gigs very well. I have my daily Ultrabook has 8 gigs of RAM and an i7, and it's miserable at times. But anyhow, back to this guy. So there's two things I don't love about this, and everything else is actually really good. So the things I don't like are actually the chassis. So it looks really cool, but it's actually uncomfortable to hold. Lenovo did a good job with the styling. It looks amazing. The lip here sticks out a little bit, and it says Yoga 9 series on it. It's very elegant, but when you try to open it, it's not elegant. So you see how it doesn't one-hand open? Now once you're in here, the keyboard, the trackpad are great. Just like with the 15-inch I reviewed, if you come off a ThinkPad, you're going to think the keyboard is not the best. But otherwise, any other laptop, you come to this, you're like, yeah, it's a great keyboard. Touchpad is really good. The speakers follow you, which is pretty cool. It has a fingerprint reader, no Windows Hello visual login, but it does have the fingerprint login. Because the speakers follow you, when you rotate it, if you can live with the difficult hinge, in the other modes, it's pretty neat. That speaker just sort of travels with you. Now, real quickly, this is where the pen is housed, and I'm not going to pull it out because I hate the sound. The metal on metal is really annoying. It's kind of like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. Okay, so here is the tablet mode. Now, 14 inches is not the most unbearable or unwieldy display, but it's not the best. If you wanted to use an actual dedicated tablet for taking notes, this is the Galaxy Tab S6. I showed a lot in my videos because I love it, and it's a great way to take notes. Okay, so you've all seen tablet modes before, and 2-in-1s have been around for a long time now. So back to regular mode. Now I just feel like the sharpness of the metal is a little uncomfortable to walk around with in an office. So that's the other thing I don't like. Now as far as ports go, it wasn't a problem for me, but here you go. One USB-A, two USB-Cs, you get Thunderbolt on these, and a headphone jack. The other side is really just the power button. No joke, there it is, just a power button. So overall, I really like this machine. I think Lenovo did a good job. It's not too noisy, the fans don't crank up too much, so well done on cooling, and Intel's got pretty nice processors with the 10th gen. But yeah, if it were me, I'm not much of an Ultrabook guy. I do have one, I've had it for a while now, and I think I just prefer running around with my 15-inch Razer Blade and then my dedicated tablet for taking notes. So anyhow, hope you enjoyed this. Give us a like and a sub, and we'll be back with more videos. Thanks guys.